Salutations, respected viewers. I am going to read a poem by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, that's Kubla Khan, and this is one of his most widely appreciated works. So this poem might as well be entitled An Ode to Drug Abuse, because it was opium that inspired him to compose this marvelous piece of poesy, which is his narcotized reverie. And when the person from Porlock came and interrupted him, and if only he hadn't been interrupted by that postman, then he would have carried on with his marvelous vision, and it's just a fantasia of some imaginary place. So here it is. Kubla Khan by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree, where Alph the sacred river ran through caverns measureless to man, down to the sunless sea. So twice 5 miles of fertile ground, with walls and towers girdled round, and there were gardens bright with sinuous rill, where blossomed many an incense-bearing tree. And here were forests, ancient as the hills, enfolding sunny spots of greenery. But oh, that deep romantic chasm which slanted down the green hill athwart a sodden cover, a savage place, as holy and enchanted as e'er beneath a waning moon was haunted by a woman wailing for her demon lover. And from this chasm, with ceaseless turmoil seething, as if the earth in fast thick pants were breathing, a mighty fountain momently was forced, amid whose swift, half-intermitted burst, huge fragments vaulted like rebounding hail, or chaffy grain beneath the thresher's flail. And mid these dancing rocks, at once and ever, it flung up momently a sacred river, 5 miles meandering the mazy motion, through wood and dale and sacred river ran, then reached the caverns measureless to man, and sank in tumult to the lifeless ocean. And mid this tumult Kubla heard from afar ancestral voices prophesying war. The shadow of the dome of pleasure floated on the waves, where was heard the mingled measure from fountain and the caves. It was a miracle of rare device, a sunny pleasure dome with caves of ice. A damsel with a dulcimer in a vision once I saw. It was an Abyssinian maid, and on her dulcimer she played, singing of Mount Abora. Could I revive within me her symphony and song, to such deep delight 'twould win me, with that music loud and long I would build the dome in air, that sunny dome, those caves of ice, and all who heard and should see them here, and all should cry, beware, beware, his flashing eyes, his floating hair, weave a circle round him thrice, and close your eyes with holy dread, for an that honey dew hath fed and drunk the milk of paradise. So that's the poem by Coleridge. The milk of paradise is presumably a reference to opium, which was cultivated in India and other places, and legally sold just for recreational purposes, not just for medicinal ones, up until the 1920s in the United Kingdom and many other countries. And through the 20th century, opium and its derivatives have been made illegal for recreational usage. So Coleridge, I shan't say too much about him. He's a late 18th century and early 20th century poet, part of the Romantic movement. He's from Devonshire, son of an Anglican clergyman. Didn't reject Christianity, was into Christianity, even considered becoming a minister of religion, but perceived there to be no contradiction between preaching the gospel and taking hard drugs. So Xanadu is this city in the Far East, and Kubla Khan was, of course, a Mongol emperor. So I'm not sure if Alph is a real river or not. There's some words you might not know there, like rills, another word for streams. Athwart is like across or blocking. Anything sedden, as we now say cedar, girdled round, as in around the edge, almost like a belt, like Gürtel in German, or we can even say girdle in English. I'm not sure why is the sunless sea. I think well, it's a subterranean lake is really what he's referring to. Many agricultural allusions in the poem, because of course in the 18th century most people were farmers, so that's why a verse from that time is peppered with references to farm tools and such like. A dulcimer being a musical instrument. It mentioned a damsel being like a teenage girl, presumable virgin if you use the word damsel, like une dame, a lady in French, and damselle, as in she's a young lady and or a maiden. Anything else you might not have known? So the first of it is decide about this fictitious city, and the second bit is this other reverie about this Abyssinian maid, and perhaps this warning or entreaty to try opium. So with with coronavirus upon us, thinking, oh my God, and I've never tried it. Well, we're all going to die anyway. Might as well go out happy, have a bit of that. Not trying to go out of this world, but not looking after my health as carefully as I would do, were we not faced with a species being wiped out. No, I don't think our species will be annihilated, but it's a little bit petrifying. So cheer yourself up with some poesy. So please look at my other channel, George from Ireland, and please subscribe. You can always donate to me at georgecallahan79@gmail.com. Right, toodaloo.